I talked about this idea of the squeezed middle a few months ago, and at that point people were sort of laughing about it. Nobody's laughing about it now. Now, this government just wants to say all we need to do is cut the deficit and everything will be fine. But I don't think that's people's experience in their lives. What they're saying is, hang on, things seem to be getting worse. You're telling me I'm going to have tuition fees, if my son or daughter wants to go to university, trebled. It's going to be harder for them to get a house because we're building fewer houses in this country. It's harder for them to get a job because 1 in 5 young people is out of work. And I'm saying, look, actually, the long-termists, the people who really care about the long-term future of our country, don't say we're going to sacrifice the next generation, we're going to sacrifice their opportunities just so we can cut the deficit in 4 years. They say let's have a proper plan, but a plan that protects that next generation and protects the promise of Britain. I don't think any politician who was in touch with the real world could possibly be embarking on that road. Sure, we would have had to have made cuts, but we wouldn't have been doing it in this way and at this speed.
In January, what did the Prime Minister say? His 3 priorities for the year were growth, growth, growth. And what happened in this budget? Growth down, down, down.
I don't think people think I just want to go back to business as usual before the financial crisis, because business as usual meant people were borrowing a lot themselves, people did feel financially squeezed, at least in the last few years. And people thought, well, hang on, I can see that there are routes up for some people, but what about my kid? Are they going to have a good job in the future? They've got to have the means to be able to do their best and then realise their potential, to be able to do well at school, to be able to go to university if they want to be able to do an apprenticeship, to get a good job. And that's what the promise of Britain is about the next generation being able to fulfil their potential and not find all these doors slammed in their face. I mean, the idea that Britain would be going backwards, that life would be tougher for the next generation than this one, I think is something that appalls people.
And people have to use these local elections to say, is the government going in the right direction to meeting those challenges? I don't believe they are.
Injustice and unfairness is what makes me angry. And that's why I'm in politics, to try and do something about it.
If you want to know more about how we can deal with the challenges Britain is facing, visit labour.org.uk/your voice.